Hi, if you're like me, you found that doing photo transfers on your gel plate have been difficult. Well, I'm going to try to clarify some of that, and we're going to talk about how to do it and how to have success with it. So, if you want to know more, stick around. Let's get to it. Okay, let's talk about what you're going to need. First off, you're going to need a gel plate, a brayer. I'm using my 2. It can be any size you like, and a decent quality paint that technically shouldn't be too thick. Should be easily applied. So I've seen some artists use very thin craft type paints, and it works beautifully for them. So next thing you're going to need is a high quality image. In this case, I'm using line art that I downloaded from the internet. In this case, I generated with my AI image generator from Firefly, and I printed it off on my and I printed it off with my laser printer, sending it through 2 or 3 times. Very important. You need to have very dark lines, lots and lots of contrast. And today I'm going to be using my exam room paper to pull it, mostly so you can see it, but also this paper is transparent, and if I want to use it in collage, it will actually disappear once it's adhered. I'll give you a link to where you can see me use those, but let's get on to what we're going to be doing. Let's start with the least complex one first. I've got 3 different line arts. I'm going to start with the one that is the simplest. And the reason that it's important that you have lots and lots of contrast. What happens with this, as it goes through, and it creates a negative image on your gel plate. So you're going to put the paint down, and anything that has toner is going to repel the paint. So the white area will absorb the paint. And when you pull this, all that will be left is where the black or the toner was that has been repelled. So this should work out fairly well. It's kind of light, but we'll see on that one. So we'll start out with this one first. There's a trick here. You're gonna want enough paint, but not too much. That's enough, but let's see. Put it down, get it rubbed. All I'm doing here is trying to pick up the paint. I got the image down. I have a little bit of a mess there. That's easy enough to fix. I just have a damp rag, and I'm going to clean up the areas that I do not want to show. In this case, I'm just sopping up this paint. What I'm using here is this is just like a damp rag. Some people use baby wipes, which I think actually probably work better. But you know, all you're really doing is trying to get rid of what you don't want on the plate. Gonna have to leave that in the middle. Now, you have to kind of work fast here because you don't want it to dry too much. You can see as I put this down. Let's see if it picks it up. The darker image with one that is larger lines, you'll be able to see them. You can see where the green is here. That's where the most amount of paint was. Doesn't take long to give a good rub. Make sure your image has a chance to adhere, and then pull. I got a nice light image there. That's because the lines were very fine. And you can see where the blotch was there. And over here, my lines on that side kind of disappeared, but I did get the majority of my print. Make sure you can see that. I'm going to put that aside. Let's try a second one. This is going to be much like the last one. Let's see how it works. I don't think this one's going to work. And that's fine. That's how you find out when you try things. I can see the lines here, but I have a lot more of the excess. I'm going to try to pull it. They are there, but so very light, and I think that's because of the darkness of the lines. So this last one is going to have the most amount of contrast. I repeat the process. Now you can see it there. It is definitely in there. The image is, I used too much paint with this, which is a good, not what ideal for me, but I think you'll be able to still see the image. So it's a fine line when you're doing this. You have to make sure you have enough paint. You need to cover the image entirely, but you got to be aware that you can put down too much paint, and you end up with more on the plate after you're done. That's not a great pull, but you can see how the image is here. I'm going to try to do one more of these, and let's see how, if I lighten up the paint a little bit, how much I put down, how that works. you're interested in anything I'm doing here, I have tons of videos at this point of gel plating. So check out my playlist and go back and watch some of the ones that I've already done. Okay, I talked probably too long, but you can see that I did get the print. Not a clean print. None of my prints have been clean this morning. Might be there's a lot of possibilities as to why, but you can see how the process works. You can see that when I started, I had a decent print done on this one, and probably what happened is while I was talking and not moving fast enough, this all dried. There's not much paint on here, so you really have to move fast to make sure that you can transfer it. Because when they're dry like this, they're not going to come up. So. I'd like to do another one, but I think you've got the idea, and I hope that you would try this with your own work. And this is it for me for today. I want to thank you very much for being here. Up next, who you saw before me was Gert from Gert Creations. Up next is going to be Janese, followed by art by Julie E. So stick around and see what they come up with. And if you miss Gert, go on back and watch her video. So that's what I have for today, and I hope you found it useful. I will see you next time. Bye for now.